love our board. Not only do they have a great website that's easy to use, they post things on social media, they really make a strong effort to keep in touch with us, which is great. And then they have this event, which lets us come and see everybody and really see what's going on.
It's always a pleasure for me to come over here for the State of the Township Address. And I think it's an excellent venue to let the citizens know what's going on in the township.
This is kind of a celebration. It's looking forward to what we've done this past year and where we're headed in the future. The surveys that we've done ever since we've been on in the last 12 years or so state that our roads are the most important things for our community. This year we did a gravel improvement road to Dunham. Hacker, it was a community effort from Osceola Township, the county, and ourselves. And without all three of us coming together, we would have never been able to pull that off. Pleasant Valley Road had some gravel improvements. Reed Road was repaved. Hibner had some pavement work on it, and Clyde Road as well. We are very pleased to have two beautiful parks. The first park is Heritage Park, which is on M59. And if anybody's been out there on a Saturday in June or in August and seen how many kids are out there on those fields, and I've heard some different business owners that say when we have those big events, when you have 500 kids coming in from a weekend, that it's a real boom to our community and our businesses as well. And that was, you know, that's part of it. It's the businesses, it's the schools, it's a family-oriented thing, and that's what we're really trying to achieve. Next year, we're already currently working on plans for a simple but yet important pavilion at Heritage Park, which will have running restrooms, and it'll have a place for people to get out of the elements. As you know, that's a pretty open place out there. If you have a storm coming in, there's really no place to get out of the elements. Settlers Park, we're going to do something very similar to that, but on a much smaller scale. And our goal is also to have a restroom for those that may need that, along with a playground. So we're proud of our parks, we're proud of where they're going, and again, it brings us a sense of community, and we think that that's really what we're about. It goes back into our brand of friendly by nature. Our auditor basically states we can't get a better recommendation. That all goes to the state. We get an audit every year. So that goes on behalf of Kathy and everybody in our staff that works hours and hours and hours to get that accreditation.
And number one, it all starts with the financial stability. If you don't have a well-managed township, if you don't have a well-managed municipality, nothing is going to really go right. And here in Hartland, as we can see from the work that's being done on the roads, the recreational facilities that are being developed, it shows that the township is really well managed. And also, of course, the auditor's report doesn't hurt to throw it in there that you have an unqualified rating.
There isn't a lot of development. Ask Troy and his crew in the planning department. As you can see right now, we've got two new gas stations coming in. We've got a Speedway, which is apparently their state-of-the-art store, which is on 59 on the west side, and then we have Mug and Bops, which is down here, another state-of-the-art gas station. On the books right now, we have over 500 new homes that are in the wheelhouse. We anticipated that back in the early 2000s when we put a sewer system in. At the end of the day, we're seeing that now come to fruition about 12 years later. There's a lot of demand, and a lot of the demand has a lot to do with the people that are in this room, with the schools, with the library, the business owners.
500 homes that Bill talked about is just an additional traffic and community members to traffic the business community, which is great. That's why they're here. They want to grow, they want to prosper, and they need people to do that. So by bringing these residents here is wonderful. It's going to be great for the businesses to grow.
The Friendly by Nature program is something that's relatively new. It's still fresh, but we really think it sets the tone for what we're trying to do as a community. The township is one cog, the schools are, our businesses are, and the library is equally important. All of us work together to come up with a brand. We really feel our community is built on volunteerism, because without it, we're not going to have all those great events like Winterfest, the parades, and everything else that we do as a community. This year's Volunteer of the Year, actually got to know him a couple years ago with my wife, and he's been a wonderful asset to our community. He's always there to help. And that being said, I would like to welcome and acknowledge Dougie Fontaine as our 2016 Volunteer of the Year.
Full joy right now. Very honored to be the Volunteer of the Year this year. Our community is very fortunate to have these volunteers that were nominated this year for Volunteer of the Year. They were great candidates, and hopefully next year they're on there again.
It was extremely heartwarming to see that the 3 volunteers that were nominated to be Volunteer of the Year were all part of our business community. That just says so much for the business community in Hartland, and that's just one of the things that is so great about living in Hartland, because it is such a friendly by nature community. I mean, I think that slogan just says it all.